They used them as beacons to find Earth after 3,600 years rotations, right?
Yo.
They were esoteric masters. They went to war with each other because even within each other there was factions that were evil and good, trying to protect the human race. Now, what you said, it hits home because there is an extraterrestrial stamp in our genetic code, bro.
Kiss. Keep it simple, stupid.
Tony boy.
Hey, somebody's gonna get inspired by somebody. Shit.
No.
Come on, bro.
I
Man.
just lost all respect for you, fool.
Well, then maybe you should lick on my testicles, 1, 2. Testicles.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Mic check 1 2 1 2. It's your boy Big Tank, and we in here.
Ooh, big tech in the fucking house. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Paranormal Radio Podcast. And this is the best show with the best content for the best listeners. And I am your humble host, Trebles Garcia. And joining me in the What's the Twos, as you already heard, is the best co-host on the mother planet. A big tech. Salute.
Squeaky, squeaky.
Yeah,
What's
squeaky,
shaking,
squeaky.
baby? What's shaking? What's good?
What's up, bro? Hey, let me ask you something now. Whatever happened to your STD? Did you
Took
get
a
it?
pill for it. Took a pill for it. They
Dig.
said I was good.
No, for you. That's the hey. Let me ask you something. Was it like the big ass horse pills that they give you?
Hmm?
The big ass horse pills they give you at the clinics, at the
For
urgent care
you, it might
clinic.
have been a horse pill. For me, it felt like a little tic tac.
Dang. The only reason they gave me a horse pill is because I'm hung like a horse. Oh my god, that didn't go. That doesn't fit.
Hey, boy, I am not doing this to you. I swear to God, you do it all by yourself.
Dig, what do you mean? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is the best show, as I already told you once before. And we have an amazing episode lined up for all of you guys. Ladies and gentlemen, we have an episode that we wanted. Okay, look. So I guess Big Tank and I have been like brainstorming and trying to fucking figure out what badass ideas and topics. I'm running out of topics, guys. All right.
No, we're
DM
not. He just overthinking shit like always.
perhaps, but DM us and tell us what you guys want to talk about. Shout outs to Rico. He gave us this. Actually, Rico gave me this idea before you gave me this idea, Tech. You just remembered me about the idea that he gave me a couple of ideas ago. The problem is this: we haven't touched base on this particular topic ever. And we've briefly kind of like mentioned and threw their names loosely. But today we're going to be focusing on their lifestyle and what they've done for the humankind. But before we do all of that, Big Tank, please connect the randomizer machine and give me the preview review.
Randomize the machine, do your thing.
Paranoid Radio.
That's right, everybody. Welcome to Preview Review. As you already know, this is the Preview Review where I read you a review from Apple Podcasts. They got the it factor! Exclamation mark. 5 stars. The Fail Academy, Trebles, and Big Tank are naturals. They have it. Real honest, give off sincere vibe to discover what's out there while bringing the audience along on their journey. Always something funny and interesting whenever they talk about something new. Still young and new at the game, but bringing it like true pros and only going to grow. Looking forward to lots more Paranoid Radio! Exclamation mark, exclamation mark. The Fail Academy has been on this show before, and I've never been so thankful to them, and I haven't showed my gratitude enough. The Fail Academy and JB from Rogue One Media, thank you so much for that amazing, very long 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. Yeah. Now, you gonna make you cry, Loki? Gonna shook you up inside? Now,
Got me feeling like the Grinch growing a heart. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, damn.
But I
All right.
ruthless. Don't you forget it, fool.
There was an ice chest where your heart used to be, and now you have a heartbeat. Ooh, damn. No, I'm taking your rapping skills to the next level, dog. But wait. Before we do any of that, we're about to head it over to Ghost Show for the Warp Reality with our monthly segment. Ghost Show, take it over.
What's up, Paranoia Radio Podcast pals? This is Ghost Joe, and I'm back for another Warped Reality segment. By the way, if you like the creepy, weird, and unexplained stuff, check out my podcast, the Warped Reality Podcast, on all major podcasting platforms. So this month's segment is fire. So let's burn right through this. It's going to really blow your mind, because we're talking about spontaneous human combustion. See what I did there? So the term spontaneous human combustion refers to a situation when a human body is found with significant portions of the middle parts of the body reduced to ashes, much less damage to the head and extremities, and minimal damage to the direct surroundings of the body. The idea and term spontaneous human combustion, or SHC for short, were both first proposed in 1746 by Paul Rowley, a Fellow of the Royal Society, in an article published in the Philosophical Transactions newsletter concerning the mysterious death of Countess Cornelia Bandy. Ablaze, a book written by Larry E. Arnold, a director of Parascience International, wrote that there had been about 200 cited reports of spontaneous human combustion worldwide over a period of around 300 years. In the early years, many people claimed it was the wrath of God. In the 1970s, it was theorized that a person's emotional state can trigger the phenom. A rare medical condition called the Stevens-Johnson syndrome can cause a severe reaction to certain medications, which in some cases can be instantly fatal and leave the skin with a burn-like appearance. In 2011, a coroner concluded that Michael Faraday may have spontaneously combusted in his home, but he was found a few feet from an open burning fireplace. Coincidence? In fact, many of the cases involved some sort of fire, whether it was a lit cigarette, candle, or fireplace close to the victims. Other factors that are common in many of the cases are that the majority of victims are women and alcohol consumption has occurred. Some theorize that the alcohol in the body could be somewhat of an ignition to SHC. The first mention of spontaneous human combustion in the history books is Polonius Verstius. Polonius was just a regular Italian knight in the late 1400s who liked his wine, women, and song. Me too, buddy. He consumed 2 ladles of very strong wine one night, and it disagreed with him. So people say that he immediately vomited flame and then burst into flames entirely. No one else seemed to have any problem with the wine, and people were baffled as to how this happened. They're still baffled today. So Nicole Millet, the wife of Parisian innkeeper in 1725, was found after her husband roused the entire inn when he smelled smoke. What was left of her was in the kitchen, almost completely reduced to ash, with the wooden utensils around her unburned. That looked suspicious, and so her husband was actually tried and found guilty of murder. But on appeal, he used a spontaneous human combustion defense, that's a defense, and was exonerated. Nicole's death was found to be due to a visitation of God. So there's only one case of human combustion where there was actually a witness. A mentally disabled woman lived with her father, who cared for her. One day, he saw a flash out of the corner of his eye and turned to find her on fire. Despite the flames, she continued to quietly sit there in a chair, not reacting and not giving any indication that she was in pain. The man's attempts to put out the fire left him with burns on his hands. The woman lived through the combustion, though, but slipped into a coma and died shortly after, sadly. This indicates one of the strangest parts of human combustion. It takes a very hot flame to reduce a human body to ash. Crematoriums have special chambers designed for it. However, in almost all combustions, there's no burns in the room around the body, indicating that the person simply stayed in one place. So that'll do it for me this month, guys. If you like this sort of thing, check out the Warped Reality Podcast on all of your major podcasting platforms. I thank you, Trebles, Garcia, and Big Tank, for allowing me to be back after last month's terrifying segment. Happy holidays, guys, and remember, if you're going to drink this New Year's, don't do it near any open flames.
That That is right, Ghost Joe. Wait. South explosion? Wait, like self-destruct? That is insane. Dude, that is insane. Make sure you guys check out Warp Reality Podcast on warpreality.com and all podcast platforms. Absolutely free. Ghost Joe, you're the man. Make sure you follow him, guys. Now, Big Tech.
Yes. If you want to get your paranormal freak on loosely longevity, Ghost
Ooh.
Joe is your man.
Wait.
I'm telling you that right now.
Loosely longevity? I like that, bro. That was pretty hot. That was a hardcore verse. Big Tech, it's a bird, it's a plane. Nope, it's Paranoid Radio. Big Tech, what is happening?
What is happening right now? Let me finish my chicken nugget. Fool. I'm halfway through my chicken nugget.
Handle it, dog. Handle fool. He is in his chicken nugget right now, live on the air, and I'm gonna have to re-intro.
All right, let's go. Let's get it.
It's a bird, it's a plane. Nope, it's Paranoid Radio. Big Tank, what is happening?
What is happening, my people? You guys know the deal. It's your boy Big Tank, and we back out here.
Ooh.
And you guys know the deal. This is the best segment of the show where I'm giving you two stories, and I want you to give us 2 cents for my 2 cents, and we deposit that bitch into the bank of knowledge.
Yeah, the bank of knowledge.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, so let's talk about the world and what is our normal day thing, my people.
I'm ready.
So, Trebles, I know for a fact, he leaves, he goes to work, he stops by a fast food joint, gets a coffee or something to eat. Sometimes it's both. And sometimes he'll take food for his coworkers, whatever it is.
Word.
Cool, no big deal.
Yeah.
Me, 7 a.m. I'll go get myself a nice coffee.
Okay.
Give me that energy booster, keep me running, keep me going.
That's right.
Maybe some French toast sticks, maybe some chicken nuggets, like as you guys heard right now. Devouring
some creamy chicken nuggets.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So what if I were to tell you that people are planning on banning fast food?
Wait. People, what you mean? Okay, when you give me these facts, dog, and you say people, it makes me feel like my neighbors, my landlord, my mom is trying to ban me from eating fast food. Why? When? What the fuck?
So. There has been a higher collective thinking where people are thinking that fast food is not the way to go. Maybe we should ban it. You have to remember, a lot of stuff that is legal or is illegal now was at one point legal. So can you imagine? Remember, cocaine used to be a sedative.
Cocaine and cocaine accessories. That's right.
Hey, one hell of a drug, big dog. But at a point, it was legal.
Yep.
Even as of right now, the whole flume, the whole vaping thing, it's about to get banned in January.
Thank God.
All of that is about to get banned, and at one point it technically was legal. Okay, and that's quote unquote causing all these illnesses, whether it be related to cancer, can cause it, whatever it is. So
even depression.
Exactly, it definitely does. So
because it fucks up your chemicals and shit.
Same thing can be said for fast food.
Yep.
A lot of those stuff that we rely on, you have to admit, it causes obesity, it causes diabetes, high low blood pressure. You're not supposed to eat it every single day, but guess what? It's fast food.
Exactly, and very convenient and very cheap.
Exactly. So can you imagine, I don't know, 20, 30 years from now when something catches a lot of movement? You have to remember, it takes a while for a movement to grow. And then this is not no knock at anybody, but perfect example. How many activists did we have in the 90s just for something simple? Let's just say like the LGBTQ community.
And it took like 30, 40 years, yep.
Exactly. I mean, stuff can definitely happen. Or guess what? We're going to have a bunch of open places because I want to say fast food takes up a lot of real estate. It really does.
Believe it or not, it takes a lot more space than what you think. There's a joint for burgers or fast food place in every corner, at least here in LA. Like there's a fast food is everywhere. It's like a cancer, which also gives you cancer, by the way.
It definitely does. All right, big dog, run me through the rundown of a normal week. How many times do you say, let's go get fast food?
I'm gonna give you one day and then multiply by 5 days of work, right? And then in the weekend, I'll that'll be like one outing at a regular restaurant, at a fast food restaurant. Okay. If you wanna do fast food, in the morning I pump gas, right? I used to work fucking like 60, 70 miles away from my job, so I would pump gas every other 2 days. So I would pump gas at the gas station, get some. That's fast food. You get some fucking fast little cheap coffee at AM PM, and then no promotional here. We're not getting paid by AM, but that's where the place I would get my coffee. And then I'll get some fucking thing, whatever. Or if not, on the way to work, I'll stop by Mickey D's and get me my fucking coffee there. The Mickey D's coffee is so fucking sugary and so much Arabic coffee in that shit that'll fucking make your bones jump. The point here is I would stop by. Okay, so Mickey D's in the morning, and then I'll hit a little taco or a fucking burger joint in the afternoon. And then when I get here, since me and my wife are millennials, we don't like cooking. We probably cook maybe once or twice a week. Then I'll fucking pick her up, and then we'll go to a fucking another fast food place to go get either ice cream or a fast food little joint, right? Taco
So
Bell,
let's
whatever.
say
Three times a day, 2 to 3 times a day. So I'm wasting. Forget about the money that I'm wasting.
Let's lowball it. Let's say
Let's do 2 times a day. Yeah.
Okay, 2 times 7, right?
2 times 5.
No, Saturday, Sunday, I'm pretty sure you eat fast food too.
Oh, we do. Yeah, I eat fast food in the mornings. Yeah,
So,
yeah.
2 times 7, 14 times. And let's not even throw the monetary value at it.
Yeah.
Because I know at any given point, it's over $20 now.
Bam. Yeah, I have to feed 3. So yeah.
Exactly. It's over $20. But let's just say that. Let's not even throw the monetary value.
We're blowing at least $120 to $100 a week on nothing but fast food.
So, can you imagine if we multiply that times 30 days?
Whoa. 30 days, you mean a month?
A
And
month?
then, so 4 times a week, that's $400. And yeah, fool, we're blowing a gang of it. Hey, fool, you just made me another savings account, dog.
No. But let's be honest about it. And
Word.
what does this do to you? You get me? Hey, we were just talking about it the other day, where when you were eating late night, you went to B-Dubs because you had that late night craving. That
yeah.
I need some of that in my life.
Yep.
And guess what happened? How did you feel the next day?
I had heartburn, and I felt like I couldn't fucking push out, my bowel movement, just to say the least.
You couldn't take shit, people.
Yeah. And then I fucking to be honest with you, I feel like whenever I eat fast food after 6:00 p.m., I feel like I gained weight the next morning. Like I feel heavier,
Like
and it's so
instantly,
hard. Instantly. It's so
yes.
hard to get that weight off, dog. Like fast food weight is the weight that sticks to your body the most. It's toxic. It's a toxic ass weight.
Exactly. Okay. So, how would you feel about it looking at it through this perspective? Is there a ground for that movement that they're starting?
Yeah. Look, a lot of fucking our fast food. I'm gonna tell you this. This is true. You can look this up, guys. Fast food restaurants around the world are being banned, and I'm talking about American fast food restaurants are being banned across all continents. I'm not talking about just one country. I'm talking about all Europe and Africa. In Asia, there's places where fast food restaurants, American fast food restaurants, don't have a place anymore because the society in those countries are pushing them out. Skittles, in fact, Skittles is banned. Look this up. Banned, I think, in Canada. I'm not sure if it's Canada and all the UK. Like they're banning them because they're toxic. Not only because it could give you cancer and all this shit, but also because of the high sugar levels. It's a real epidemic around the world, and I think that the world is tired with based fast food restaurants taking over culture.
Okay, now let's play devil's advocate. How convenient is it though?
It's extremely convenient, dog.
It's beyond convenient. How far does it take you for you from your house to go to your first local fast food place? How far would you say?
2 blocks down. Like literally, I turn off. I take longer turning on the car than driving there. Like it's so close.
Exactly. Imagine if you're in a full head of household. You got to feed 2-3 kids. You just got home. Your wife just got home too, or if she doesn't stay home, or maybe she just doesn't have time. You have to clean, pick up stuff, and then try to do all that. It's really hard. Much love to my mom that actually went through all that and did
it's
that.
It's a different era too, dog.
Exactly. She worked. She had a full schedule. She took care of us. She fed us.
And still
she
cooked.
Exactly. And she still able to get it done. I don't know how they did it, honestly.
Conservatives, dog.
Seriously. But, I mean, in this day and age, I want to say a lot of people wouldn't survive without fast food.
Yeah. I know for a fact that's a big part of my body.
Yeah, exactly. So it's kind of hard. I'm going to shoot it both ways. I mean, no promotion. But what's your go-to fast food spot? Like, you go there mostly out of every other place.
For me to eat, it's probably JB, Jack in the Box.
Amen. Preach on that one. Because or look, right in front of me
Mm-hmm.
I actually have it pretty nice or pretty bad, depending how you see it.
Mm-hmm.
I got McDonald's
Mm-hmm.
on the other street, and this is like a block away. I have McDonald's, Jack in the Box, Taco Bell, Wiener Schnitzel.
Dude, they put it right in your face, dog.
Yes, and a Burger King just a little bit down.
You don't think it's a conspiracy? You don't think they do it to keep us dumb?
It's a conspiracy, definitely, to make sure that
we're to make sure that we're always codependent, that we're also mentally ill, also healthily, like why our health is fucking deteriorating. So what do we become after we're deteriorating? We go to the doctors, we're on medicine, so we become a customer. We're a customer on a customer. They got us coming and going, dog. Like this, so it's all about, I think they work together. I'm not sure if pharmaceutical companies are lobbying with fucking fast food policies around the world, or at least in the United States. But I could tell you this much: wherever the money's at, that's where corruption's at, and power hungry people. I could tell you that much. So yeah, they caught us coming and going, definitely.
To say the very least. So I mean, am I pro? Am I against it? We'll see how time unfolds, because we do need it. I will say, like you said, it is an addiction, to say the very least, because a lot of people cannot stop, no matter how much they try.
Tank, you know it's also an addiction. Okay, like some people are fucking hooked on heroin. I was hooked on coke, right? And like when you walk to a liquor store, it's so hard to say no to alcohol. Like right now, I'm almost 2 months sober of anything. I'm cold turkey as fuck right now, guys. And congratulations to me, right? But the thing is this: I walk into a liquor store and all I see is liquor, and it's legal. So it's so hard to say no to those particular things. Fast food, they're everywhere. They're cheap. They're convenient. They have drive-throughs. You don't need to get out of your car no more. They'll come and bring it to your car. It's so convenient. It's right in your face. It's so, dog. You know what I mean? It's perfect for you to be and then just consume it. And
exactly, big dog. Exactly. It's there's a lot more against us than for us.
Yeah.
That's the way I'm seeing it, to be honest.
Word.
But enough of this topic. Let's jump on to another story.
Ooh.
Big dog. I want to ask you a personal question. Have you done all your Christmas shopping?
Yeah, I'm done. Thank God.
I haven't. Yeah. And they just did a study where, I shit you not, they literally just did a study where everybody waits off to the last minute, like
why? But why do we do that? I used to do that too.
Honestly, I don't know. It's just pain in the ass going in their stores. But even then, and then at the end of it, I'll buy something half-ass. Fuck it, if they like it, if they like it. If they don't, they don't.
But it's even worse to go into Target or Wally World, Walmart,
or the mall
towards the end of the month when there's more people in there. It's more of a pain. I don't get it. It's just reverse psychology.
It is. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's like fuck. And then if you give somebody money or a gift card, you either think cool or fuck, this one just didn't have time, or he just didn't care.
Let me tell you something, dog. I gave gift cards to everybody. Fool,
are you lazy? That does not kind of shock.
I am anti-social and I'm anti-bad vibes.
No, that doesn't even count as shopping, man. I mean, dog, to be honest, that doesn't even count whatsoever.
Really? Dog, they're gonna look. I had them. Count. Oh my God. Look, fool.
You took the easy way out, fool. Let's be honest about it. That's like the easiest, most plainest thing.
Except for my wife and my daughters. Everybody else got gift cards. I'm talking about like 50 here, 100 here, 50 here, 100 here, 50 and I'm done. Like I don't have to buy anything for my sister-in-law, for my mother-in-law, nothing.
That's like the most easiest way to get out of it, to be honest. So,
let's be honest. You sound like a fucking hater. They made them for a reason, okay?
Laziness, fool. That's all it is. Fool. No type of effort or anything put in there, fool. It's almost like saying,
shut up! You don't have anything purchased yet, you fucking lazy ass. What are you talking about?
I do have stuff purchased. I said I'm not done. Last correction. Don't be there.
Tag, I don't want to talk about this anymore, Tag.
No. Let's talk about it. Cause look. A bunch of people around the world. Well, let's just quote America. A bunch of people around America are gonna wait till the very last minute to go get something they probably don't like, overpay. Because if you guys don't believe this or not, as the time gets closer, the price actually start increasing because they know you need it and you have to buy it.
That's right.
So one of the most hot ticket items right now is video game consoles and video games. That's the number one thing on top. After that, you got clothing / accessories, which is more along the place of how do you call it? I guess shoes. per se.
Mhm.
And after that, you got kids' toys. Those are the top 3 things that people are giving out, which I totally do agree with. I mean, personally, nobody's gonna get a video console off me. If I'm gonna buy a video console, it's gonna be for me.
Word.
I mean, let's be honest about that.
Yeah, I ain't buying that shit
even my
to
kid
nobody.
is gonna have to fight me for mine. All right.
Yeah.
To
Fuck
say
that
the
dude.
least.
Nah, fuck
Hey,
that.
straight
Have
up, we
him grow
fighting,
up and
we
get his
catching
own
that
console.
fade. Yeah, exactly. Go mow some lawns or something if there's even lawns in the future, whatever it is.
Tough love, mother.
Go set up a lemonade stand. You know what I'm saying?
I think it's only a set of millennials like us. I think it's the millennial after anything after millennials and anything after is the one of people that think like that, fool. Because anybody else like before us, like they were over it, you know. Like, but I know for a fact I didn't have consoles until like I was a teenager, and even then I became addicted to gaming after, and I was like, I'm never letting this go, and this is now still part of my life. I am 32 years old now. No, I'm 31.
I'm gonna be honest. I did have a console pretty young, maybe 7, 8, which was original Super Nintendo. Loved it, thought it was badass. Had a good amount of games, whatever it is, and then I progressed into the 64. Love the 64. 64
the original.
King.
Yeah, 64 was king. Check this out though. The original Nintendo Entertainment System, that shit was $100 with 2 controls and 2 controls, the little gun, and the dual pack, Super Mario, and then the little Duck Hunter thing.
Yes.
For $100. $100 back then equal to over 600, almost $600 today. Trip the fuck out.
Okay.
Like during this time of the year. Crazy
That's exactly my point. It's like I remember when I got it, I was so overhead of the moon. I didn't even ask about the price. I couldn't. Money wasn't even programmed in my thing. I was the happiest kid.
Yeah.
Stuck playing right there, and then we had the whole we had to get the whole adapter because our TV didn't have the 3 colors. It connected to the antenna, so you had to go to like channel 2 or 3.
Man, what do you know about antenna, dog? What do you know about VCRs, dog? Get the fuck out.
Seriously. What do you know about TiVo, big dog? Hey,
TiVo? Dog,
what do you know about those $5 movies from the Swami, big dog?
The fucking bootlegs? and then they were bootleg until you found out how to copy the VCR, everything on the TV. So you would stand there and watch the TV and record the movie on the VCR, and then whenever you will watch the movie again, you had to skip through the commercials. Fast forward.
Yeah, you just skip it.
You had 2 VCRs going to fucking burn the other VCR into one. I mean, one VHS. Dog, those were the days. Am I incriminating myself right now with plagiarizing and racketeering and
Everybody's
parody?
doing it, big dog. Everybody's doing it, big dog. Hey, shit, I was king of LimeWire for a while, big dog.
Hey, LimeWire, dog. Woo. Childhood memories.
You want to know something that brought me back right now? I was watching a video on it. The old school how to record a voicemail.
Yeah, dude.
You play a song.
Yes. Tank. My first parties in high school when I was a freshman, I would leave a voice greeting on my phone telling them, yo, if you want to come to the party, you gotta make a left on the 60, get off over here. If you're coming from LA, you're gonna come to this. It's your boy, whatever, Trebles, yeah, whatever. And then hang up and then turn off my phone so that when people will call the info line, they'll hear the fucking the map quest, how to come to the party. And
yes, because it was such a pain in the ass. The internet on the phone wasn't the greatest.
It was all beta, yeah.
Yes, it was completely. I do remember that. Oh,
gangster, homie.
God,
And we come from the original days, dog. It's like,
and
hey,
then, fucking MySpace bulletin, the blowing up a MySpace.
That
bulletin,
was the future.
Because there were multiple fucking party crews posting it up, so you were like right there too to post.
Word.
Oh my God, golly! Talk about a scroll back.
We had what is happening? We went on a memory lane today, dog.
Hey, seriously, to say the fucking least.
That's
Damn,
right.
This was what is happening. We just took you back through some old school loving, along with some fear of fast food. Till the next time.
That is right, big time. Thank you for those 2 amazing stories. As always, doing an amazing job. Hey, have you noticed that what is happening is becoming a little bit more nostalgic and longer?
Huh? I don't know about nostalgic. I will say longer. I will definitely say longer.
Longer and stronger? Can you say longer and stronger, I guess? At least?
Longer, deep? What?
Longer and deep? Okay.
And for different strokes for different folks.
I felt that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you already know what's up. Please allow me to jump in from the deep end of the pool and set the fucking mood. Serving Law of One, Master Templar programs and genetic distinctions, endless cycles of reincarnation and DNA code convolution. The history of the Anunnaki, written by the Sumerian, is filled with astronomical and scientific references, too advanced for the time they were written in. The knowledge is still one of the most many mysteries done by humankind. This is the uncovering of that mystery, because even the Anunnaki aren't purebred. Each god of the Anunnaki story aren't single but collectives of the Anunnaki hybrids. As we are all made in their image, you cannot understand the Anunnaki gods, deities, and ultra-dimensional beings if you yet don't understand the three-dimensional incarnate in your carbon-based existence. Welcome to the Anunnaki. That was a mouthful.
Shit. Okay. So
Ooh.
I'm gonna give you guys a quick fact. The
Oh, shit.
earliest known usage of the term Anunnaki, where you could physically see their writing, was 2144 BC.
Whoa. Oh, you
That's the
went
most
back.
confirmed. That's the most confirmed earliest. Okay.
Okay.
No more, no less. That's the earliest that we could establish in stone. And I literally mean that in motherfucking stone. Okay.
Oh, shit. That's
So
older than the Bible. That's way
agreed.
older than the Bible.
Definitely
Okay.
agreed. Definitely agreed. So I mean it definitely goes a different way. So what do you think, big dog?
I think there's a lot of stories here. I'm not gonna touch too much on the history of their evolution coming onto Earth, but I am gonna say that since it is older than the Bible, the theology of Mary and Jesus also was adopted by the Egyptians. The Egyptians have a similar story to the fucking Sumerians, which is like the Anunnaki. And the Sumerians, I'm not talking about the Anunnaki here, the Sumerians, the civilizations of the humankind were the first and most organized civilization in human history. So these are the oldest people with the oldest pyramids, with the oldest civilization and tablets. They invented cuneiform writing. If there's any type of tablets that we find today with scriptures, it's because the Sumerians invented it, if that makes any sense. So they found clay tablets in 1849, 14 clay tablets in Iraq, where they depicted these Anunnaki gods. And like Big Tank just said, the Anunnaki were way older than the first the common based era, which is now, like after death.
Yeah, it most definitely. I mean, so the Anunnaki are chief mainly in literary texts. So what that means is that everything has been written down. So this is what stands to hold the proof of whether you believe it or not, there is ancient text, whether it be an old story, however you want to place it, or you want to say fairy tales, sure, let's go with that. You get me?
Word. Hmm.
But at the end of the day, there is scientifically written stuff saying that they are here. But this is where it gets a little bit more
It's a
known
little
or
washy, right? It's a little
yes.
mythy. Yeah.
So,
Uh-huh.
in all the most basic sense, the descendants of the Anunnaki or even the Anunnaki themselves,
Mhm.
it does hold itself a little bit more to mythology since they are more quote unquote, I guess, how would you put it, big dog? Celestial
Okay,
beings?
celestial beings. Because look, okay, so what the tablets, those tablets that they found in 1849, what it depicts is that they came from a planet called Nibiru that orbits the Earth every 3,600 years. So the Nibiru, it's a ninth planet in our solar system, but it has an oval solar. How do you say that? Solar gravitational pull? What? Solar fucking
It
orbit
has
in orbit.
yeah, exactly. It has
Okay.
its weird. It has a weird orbit, almost like Pluto, where it's more of an
Uh-huh.
oval shape than anything else. Allegedly,
Exactly.
I mean, it's definitely something else.
And every single time it gets close to Earth is when the younger dryas and the older dryas happened. The younger dryas, for the people that do not know, it's a reset of the planet. When I mean reset by the planet, I don't mean that only humankind perish. I mean that historically the tectonic plates shift, volcanoes erupt, floods happen, and some of these floods are recorded not only in on the tablets but also on the Bible. Now I'm gonna tell you guys how this connects. First of all, they came down to Earth from Nibiru because Nibiru is perishing. It's the fucking, the cosmos, the atmosphere is fucking blowing the fuck up, and they need gold. They need gold to power their electric fucking little planes, and also because gold has a lot of healing properties. It's an electric conductor, and it protects you from radiation energy. In case you guys don't know, there's gold inside your phone, inside your Game Boy Color Advance SP, whatever, inside your car, inside your computer chips, everywhere. There's pieces of gold because it's such a good conductor. Hence why gold is one of the most valuable fucking commodities of this planet. Now, when the Nibiru came down to Earth, they created a city, the first ever city called Iridu. And inside this Iridu is called this garden called Eden. Now, this is where it starts connecting with the Bible. Throughout the whole time that they were here, they created a race called Aikiki, and this race went to they brought the race from space, and this race rebelled against them. So that pushed them to create man. Now check this out. This is kind of like how Genesis, God created Adam out of the sand, and out of his rib, fucking Eve was created, right? According to the Bible. Check this out. So what they did was they started fucking around with the apes and their own DNA. So the Anunnaki started injecting their DNA onto the apes to give birth to man. The first line of creation that they made was the Nephilim. You see where I'm going now, right? The
Yes,
Nephilim
yes.
failed. When the Nephilim failed, the fucking Nibiru got close, and then the younger Dryas hit in, and then the fucking flood came and washed everything off, just like the Bible predicted, right? And then they created the first fucking man called Adamu. You see where it connects here? So it's almost exactly the same story of the fucking Bible. This is why I kind of got shaky with Big Tank, because we were talking about this. And Tank is like, "Nah, dude, it sounds, it's a myth, a little. What you say it was called? A little mystic. It was too
Mythological.
mythological, right? Yeah. So it got to a point where they started using human slaves, and the human slaves started reproducing too fucking fast. While they were producing, they created a fucking giant pyramid city called Ziggurat and stepping stones around the world. Now, the reason they created, we've said this many times on the show before, they created stepping stones in every fucking powerful line across the world, connecting to the fucking pyramid next to it on the next continent, specifically to harvest the Earth's magnetic field power and the energy from under the ground. That's kind of like we've talked about this before. Every civilization has the same state pyramid. The fucking Egyptians, the Olmecs, the Aztecs, right? The Incas, even Asian pyramids in India. So they left breadcrumbs and brought gifts of creation to humankind everywhere around the world. Trip the fuck out.
Okay. So, with all that being said, there is a couple known civilizations that have been quote unquote stated to have worshipped the Anunnaki. And I'm gonna
Okay.
give you the most.
Mhm.
The Sumerian civilization existed from 4100 BCE to about 1750 BCE. The name Sumer actually meant land of civilized kings. The Sumerians were one of the
Oh.
first groups to divide it into hours and minutes. They also had a complex religion that involved gods called the Anunnaki. Okay.
Ooh.
Yes, yes, yes. The Anunnaki were believed to be in charge of the Sumerians' fates. Many myths involved members of the Anunnaki passing judgment on humans,
Uh-huh.
almost how you see in Egyptian mythology. How
Uh-huh.
how do you call it? How Horus and Anubis would how do you call it? Would see who would go up, who would go down in the most basic sense.
Wow. Okay.
Okay. So, with all that being said, most people chalk these stories up to mythology, where I am getting it from, which is why it's hard, but it's definitely believable. If something is written in time, you are gonna have people that believe it and also disbelieve it. Same thing like the internet.
Exactly.
Can you believe everything on the internet? No. Should you?
Hey, don't talk
Uh,
about the internet, fool. The internet is the most amazing fucking piece of information out there. Right? For everything you hear in the internet, it's true.
this motherfucker. But there is a lot of how do you call it, things that do coincide where we've talked about that this all sounds the same. Anunnaki have similar gods even to the Greeks, believe it or not.
Yes.
So it's definitely a lot of it intertwines. Could Christianity be a piece of the Anunnaki history that people took out? Can people just be taking out stuff of the Anunnaki and creating their own religion? For example, the Greeks, like I
Hmm.
was saying. I
Yeah,
mean, some
adopting parts of like Hinduism and other fucking Buddhism and other shit. Yeah.
exactly. Some researchers believe that Anunnaki may have been actual beings. I mean, one popular theory is that they came from to Earth from another planet, like
Hmm.
how my boy was telling you. Some believe they came from a mysterious planet X. That passes way close every thousands years, like the same thing
Uh-huh.
you're saying. I
Uh-huh.
mean,
It's just different
but
labels and different names on them.
hey, for different strokes for different folks. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I mean, some even go as far as to say that the Anunnaki were species of reptilian humanoids.
Oh, well, there it is. Thank you for bringing that in. Aside of them leaving time, I want to say evidence, like the pyramids, they use them as beacons to find Earth after 3,600 years rotations, right?
Yo,
They were esoteric masters. They went to war with each other because even within each other, there was factions that were evil and good, trying to protect the human race. Now, what you said, it hits home because there is an extraterrestrial stamp in our genetic code, bro. Before they left, check this out. Before they left a monarchy, a bloodline system here on Earth. And this is where we get to modern code era, right? This is where we get to where we live. These beings, like you said, lived in a different dimension. Now, people, if you guys do not know, we live in a 3D common base form dimension. All right, guys. And once you go, so allegedly, once you die, your soul becomes in another dimension, plasma dimension, soul dimension, on the top of that. There's 3 dimensions after that, and 3 dimensions after that, and 3 dimensions after that. These entities live in a fifth dimension, which means that they could shapeshift at will without us even noticing it. And then to us, the way we see it is almost holographic. It looks like a fucking, if you ever held a Pokemon card and you fucking shift it to the side and the colors will change, that's how we interpret it with our eyes because we still cannot fathom the dimension they live in. So when they transform, it could only look to three-dimensional to us. Does that make any sense?
of
So
course, most definitely.
a lot of the species that, like you mentioned, a lot of the species that live amongst us, shape shifting, are not only Anunnaki and Anunnaki hybrids, like I mentioned earlier, but draconian, reptilian, and shape shifting animals. Now, I'm gonna give you a quick story, dog. I haven't told this story to everybody. I told it to Rico because we were talking deep about this. A lot of people here in the world find ways to shapeshift without having to be connected, or I guess be with the Reptilian Federation. Guys, I'm gonna tell you something. My great grandmother, which I'm not proud of, was a shifting witch. She used to fucking turn herself into a hog. As a matter of fact, my mother was also kind of a witch herself. She was a medium. Now, she never shapeshifted, but her grandmother did. The reason I'm telling you that, guys, is this because a lot of people think religion calls it demonic possession and spirituality calls it reincarnation, right? Or the connection between being an alien or DNA activation to connect yourself to a reptilian alien that gives you the powers or skill set to transform or fucking holographic shapeshift. But we do know, for example, Big Time comes from a fucking line of people that live in Mexico, also that live in this little area where it's secluded and glorified to be a witch. And these people shapeshift into owls
Facts.
and right and other fucking
Facts.
things. So how do you connect those two? Are these people connected to are they reptilians themselves, or have they tapped into their DNA through magic, or I guess demonic possession? I'm using quotation marks here to fucking connect themselves and have the power of shape shifting because they have to be amongst the same line, right? You don't have to be an elite class to be able to shapeshift. I'm saying just finding that potential through magic or spiritual ascension. What do you think?
Okay, okay. So now that you dive deep into that, there is a lot of stuff, a lot of people that will say that we are mutants, that we are extractions, that we have not fully tapped in to our
Our
quote
DNA
unquote our
power,
DNA, our
our
brain
brain power.
power. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I mean, what's one of the most quotes that we only use what 10% of our brains or something like that?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
So who's to say that once we fully tap in, we start getting more and more like that one movie, what was it? The one with
Lucy?
Lucy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know they took that more along the scientific approach.
Mm-hmm.
You get me? But who's to say that it doesn't have to be just necessarily the brain? Maybe it's opening up your soul, like a lot of people do believe in it. Once somebody believes in it, it's really hard to get somebody to change their mind.
Let me tell you something. What if, okay, for example, let's say, like you said, let's pretend that our DNA is a little washed up, right? We're mutts, right? And somehow, some way, we are connected to the reptilian evil force of the world, or the Anunnaki, the evil Anunnakis, right?
Okay.
How do you say no, stop? I don't want to be part of this evil fucking agenda, and then use that DNA power for good?
You
Because
can
even the uh-huh.
okay. At that point, it's been so embedded, but it's also been so washed away. Because it's not like we physically see them here if technically they were here. You get me?
Uh-huh.
So
Uh-huh.
I want to say we're sort of in the incubation stage where we've forgotten quote unquote our masters, I guess you could say.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
You get me? I mean, for all that we know, I mean, they're waiting for us to grow. You know how they're waiting for us to get harvested, I guess, to a
Uh-huh.
sense, or for us
I
to be
think
put to a
so.
good use, for us to be
Uh-huh.
put to good use. I
Hmm.
mean, that's definitely one thing that can be happening. Yeah, I mean, who the fuck knows in 20 years, almost like D-Day, like Independence Day, fucking we don't they start arising. Okay, well, hey, you guys look fat, plumb. All right, we're gonna put you guys to work. You get me?
Exactly.
I
Uh-huh.
mean, it's definitely possible. But as far as all that being in your DNA, for all that we know, when they come, all that's get activated and triggered. I mean, okay, cool. All right, let's activate your latent
Whoa.
abilities or something. I don't know.
You
It's definitely
I
possible.
think a possible way that I think, and this is just us here now theorizing, because this is a theorizing show as well. I think now, by the time they come down again every 3,600 years, it not only might be interpreted as the rapture written in on the Bible. You know how the Bible talks about a rapture right before the apocalypse? Okay,
Yes.
so it might be a rapture triggered as a UFO invasion, right? Right?
Agreed.
And
Agreed.
then if these guys are in a higher frequency dimensional power, right? Plasmic reality, they could even activate our DNA through frequency. Kind of
Agreed.
like how MK Ultra works through a sound of through a fucking frequency of a sound that you can't hear, only dogs can hear. You would fucking brain will get triggered and you'll become an assassin, or your reptilian side or Anunnaki side will get used and you become a slave or a powerful warrior for evil. You get what I'm saying?
E-
Because even
Exactly.
even the tablets talk about how our DNA has been suppressed, and when they left our DNA to us. We can only use two strands of our DNA. When in reality, we have 12 strands of DNA. And in reality, it's not about us only using 10% of our brain, but only knowing how 10% of everything works. We could use our brain potential. We just haven't tapped into it to use it to 100% to gain telekinesis, holographic powers. I mean, how do you say that? Shape-shifting powers. As a matter of fact, dog, you know what I just thought, fool? You know why these fucking Egyptian gods had heads of animals?
Why?
Shapeshifters. Shapeshifters. They were probably shape-shifting skill set animals, entities, gods, aliens, demonic fucking entities, whatever they want to call them. They had the potential to shapeshift and become a Nubis or a dog or a fucking falcon. You know what I'm saying? And to us humans, as Egyptians, we're like, dog, like these are our gods, and we try to look like them eventually. We try to mimic what they do, and they gifted us tools and frequency powers and music and art and culture, right? And they left all that shit behind us. But in reality, they were shape shifting, which is why we drew them as fucking animals with heads and shit. Like, I mean, humans with heads, hybrids. Fucking trip the fuck out.
Exactly my point, big dog. That's exactly what it comes down to. I mean, hey, you could see it multiple different ways, to be honest. I mean, let's be honest about that. You could definitely see it multiple different ways, and it's just a trip. I mean, can all the religions be sort of picked off by the Anunnaki religion? You get me? By the
You know what?
beliefs?
Too all the religions lead to one place. Like they all lead to the stars, to
Exactly.
the heavens. So I don't think these stories have been I don't think these stories are inaccurate. I think these stories are just a little perverse or mistranslated, like you were telling me. You know what I'm saying? A story from a mouth of a mouth, and then you write it down in old ass languages, and then you translate it to brand new languages that people can understand now. But the words change, dog. The
Yeah,
meanings
yeah, yeah,
change.
most definitely. I mean, I know we talked about it yesterday, but I literally brought up the whole Family Guy story where quote unquote Stewie goes back in time and meets Jesus, and he's like, hey, he's like, yeah, we went to go meet him. He was a little overhyped. He was basically, I guess, quote unquote, doing a wannabe magic trick. I mean, can that happen? Yes, most definitely.
The one with the
Stuff gets
fingers,
exaggerated. Yeah,
where
the
he
one with the
snaps the
fingers.
finger, and everybody's like, "What the fuck?"
What the fuck is this for doing? This was powerful. Okay, I mean, I'm not throwing no shade at anything, but I mean, stuff does get. For example, if you go to a movie and you really like it, you're gonna hype it up. Dog,
Word.
that shit was badass. As opposed to somebody that goes to see it and let's say it just doesn't fit them. He's not his cup of tea, not his type of stroke. You get me?
Yeah.
So stuff does get exaggerated both ways, to say the very least.
Yeah.
For all that we know, they said they might have had how do you call it, heads like animals, but in reality they could have had I don't know, fucking those things that the Indians wear, the Native Americans, when they have like a wolf on top of their head or something.
Mm-hmm.
You get me? While they were eating or something, so it's like, oh, they're eating like animals. You get me? I mean, obviously, this is just me spitballing, but
Uh-huh.
definitely people's impressions and the way they speak of things does take effect.
Yeah. Even the Sumerian fucking statues of the Anunnaki are half man, half horse with wings. So
Exactly.
even that alone should tell you something, right? Like it probably doesn't look like that, but that's how they fucking interpret it because we're in a three-dimensional, and that's how 3 dimensions, and that's how we could interpret it. That's how we write it down. As a matter of fact, fool, there's when there's stories of the Bible where they're writing it, right? I'm not trying to prolong this, but like the Bible's talking about how there's UFOs coming down from heaven, but they wrote they like they described the UFO coming down from heaven as a carriage with horses flying, kind of like Santa Claus, flying down from the heavens with fire on the back and landing on Earth and giving the messages to the people. You call that a UFO, dog? That's like
Well, okay.
they just
Not
couldn't
only that,
interpret it as a ship, They
exactly. Okay, if you draw nothing but horses and carriages, which is what's relevant at that time,
exactly.
don't you think that's easier to draw than having to draw a new ship or whatever it is?
You'll
Fuck,
be
hey,
more
same
socially
thing.
socially be what is it, socially accepted if you draw a carriage
Exactly.
with horses and fire in the back. Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, this was fucking wild, big dog.
It
This was
is. It
definitely
is.
fucking wild.
There's a lot of things that we didn't touch on Anunnaki, the Anunnaki history, the name Anu, the name Aki, the gods, more deep into depth, the dimensions into depth. There's a fucking 15-dimensional time and space matrix. I want you guys to look it up. 15-dimensional time and space matrix. If you want to understand more how the dimensions work, look up this fucking graph. Guys, I went into a deep hole, but I don't want to drop too many dark bombs on you because I'm not a black pill chill guy type of dude, nor I don't want to take away from the story base of the Anunnaki. The Anunnaki it's a rich history within itself of just the Sumerian tablets alone, without having to go into depth or what the alien species and bloodlines and DNA coding came out to be. All right, guys. So thank you so much for joining us, Big Tank. Let them know where they can find you.
You guys know that they'll catch me at EKNAT626. Once again, EKNAT626. Go check it out. Go follow. Let me know what you guys are feeling, what you guys are not feeling. And if you guys do or don't like it, cool, because I really just don't care. Till the next time.
Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you check out Pushing Rope Show, where you can get your weekly dose of comedic relief where Big Tank and I go head to head on cosmic events. On drafts, on our favorite freaking actresses, food, chips, sports, etc. Make sure you check us out at Pushing Rope on Instagram, Pushing Rope Show, and drop a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts for us here at Pioneer Radio Podcast. This helps everybody find the show as much as we enjoy making it. Thank you so much, guys. Check us out at pioneerradio.com. Enjoy this episode, and see you guys next week.
Till next time.
Paranoid Radio.